Well, the Secretary General of the Lebanese armed group Hezbollah has been speaking in Tehran. Hassan Nasrallah says what's happening in Syria is the destruction of the country as a whole.
The goal of what is happening in Syria isn't only to remove Syria from the axis of resistance, as we used to say, or to remove it from the Arab-Israeli conflict. The goal is no longer to take control of the country from the current regime. The goal of all those who stand behind the war in Syria is to destroy Syria as a state, as a people, as a society and an army. They don't want a strong state or army in Syria. They want it to be a failed state, to have no control over its resources.
Well, in just a moment, we'll be speaking to our correspondent, Hoda Abdel Hamid, who is in the Bekaa Valley in the neighbouring Lebanon. Now, the Bekaa Valley is a stronghold of the Hezbollah movement. Hezbollah is a long-time ally of the Syrian President Bashar al-Assad. Now, it's widely thought fighters from the movement are crossing the border into Syria to bolster the ranks of government troops battling rebels. And I'm joined now by Hoda Abdel Hamid, who's live for us in the Bekaa Valley. Hi there, Hoda. What did Nasrallah have to say about the situation currently in Syria?
Well, he did say that the situation in Syria was quite dramatic, and basically that the aim of this whole operation was the complete destruction of the Syrian state, the central government of Syria, and basically he hinted that there was a plot to make Syria become a failed state. Now, he also addressed an issue that has been really on everyone's mind here in Lebanon, has caused a lot of tensions over the past few weeks, and that's the issue of Hezbollah fighters crossing into Syria and fighting alongside government troops. Now, what he said, and he has said that before, but he said it maybe this time a bit clearer, is that basically Hezbollah fighters, yes indeed, are crossing into Syria in the Al-Qusayr area, because there are about 30,000 Lebanese nationals who live in that area. 13,000 of them are Shia, the rest are Sunnis and Christians, and these Lebanese are defenseless. They have come under attack, and that Hezbollah will keep on protecting them and defending them and supporting them in any means needed. He also said that another bunch of Hezbollah fighters had headed towards the outskirts of Damascus, and that's because there is a holy shrine there, Sayyida Zainab. It is a shrine that it's a holy shrine for Shias specifically, and that shrine has come under threat by what he says are takfiri groups. And what he means by takfiri groups are ultra-conservative Sunnis armed groups who had threatened indeed that if they reached Sayyida Zainab, they would destroy it. He didn't elaborate on speculations about Hezbollah fighters maybe being in other areas, in Aleppo, in Homs. He did not say a word of that. Now, I think also many Lebanese wanted some answers about exactly how many fighters are inside Syria at the moment, and they did not get that answer. The background to that is that over the past maybe 2 weeks or so, there have been actually daily funerals of fighters who had gone to Syria and had returned to in coffins. And at the beginning, Hezbollah had said that those were actually the Lebanese living inside Syria. But when the funerals happened in various parts of this country, the south, the north, and here in the Bekaa Valley, then the group was pushed to admit that yes, indeed, people were crossing the border.
Hoda Abdel Hamid there, live for us in the Bekaa Valley. Hoda, thank you.